Hi, Lindsay. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. My name is Miss Browning, and I am going to be doing your assessment. Um, First of all, your probation officer referred you to us for a DUI that you received a couple months ago. So I'm just going to do an
I thought that
assessment.
was dropped. I thought those charges were dropped.
No. Well, you still have to go through an assessment.
How long is this going to take? I
It's
have a doctor's appointment.
I can go really fast, so it's probably going to take about 30 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you know that this is a confidential program. So any of our sessions, they're confidential, so I can't give out any of your information, unless of course you want me to. So your probation officer probably will have to know or ask, a little bit of what's going on and how you're coming along in the sessions. So you're gonna have to sign a release of information, and I'll give that to her, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so first of all, your name is, what's Lindsay? Lindsay Malloy. How old are you?
25.
And you are here for a DUI, you're on probation. Is this your first DUI?
Third.
Your third DUI, okay. Do you have a religion, a specific religion?
Supposed to be like Catholic or something. My father's family is Catholic. But I don't really believe in God.
Okay. Are you in school right now?
No.
Okay. What is your place of employment?
I work for Rimke Biggs.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to start out. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you some developmental history questions about your mother. You may or may not know this. If you don't, then that's okay. We'll just move on. Do you know if her pregnancy was normal, uneventful, or problematic in any way?
I heard stories that while I was in the womb, this isn't funny, she fell out of a car. But
Oh my gosh.
other than that, I think it was A-okay.
Okay. Do you know if your delivery was normal, or did she have any difficulties that you know about?
I was a stubborn son of a gun. I tell
Oh
you.
my.
It was a 36-hour labor, but other than that, I think everything went well.
Wow.
I think I'm normal,
Okay. Were you full term or premature? Do you know?
I believe full term.
Okay. Did you experience any significant medical problems as a child?
No, had a HIV scare, but I got poked with a needle.
Oh, wow.
That came out clean.
Okay, well, that's good.
Praise of God.
Good for you. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, how would you describe your parental care growing up? I'll give you a minute.
How did my parents treat me?
Yes.
Well, my dad was always gone with women. I guess I was a daddy's girl. He got along with my mom too, pretty well,
So were your mom and dad married, or were they together?
They were together until I was 7, I believe. And they were not married.
Okay.
I don't know why. My grandma doesn't know why either. She's Catholic, devout Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure why they never got married. They had enough children.
Okay. So you have a big family?
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
2 brothers and 2 sisters. Right in the middle. Smack
Okay.
dab in the middle.
Okay. Already asked you that. How would you describe your peer relationships growing up? Your friends, did you have a lot of friends, or were you quiet?
I was pretty quiet in school, and I had a couple friends. I guess from about first grade, I had a friend named Bobby, and I think she just moved on to a different school. And then I had a friend named Angel. I remember her name. Miss Dowling wasn't very fond of her. But yeah, I was friends with her probably until I was about in the 4th grade. And I was friends with Elise, Latrice. Yeah, I didn't have many friends. And then I was friends with Drina for about, from the 7th grade to about 8 years, 9 years.
Okay. So you had a couple close friendships,
Yeah.
best friends.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself as a child?
I was pretty shy, but yeah, pretty shy, pretty quiet. Once you get to know me, though, I'm a pretty fun gal.
Okay. Did you have any hobbies, or did you play any sports or anything in school growing up?
I was extremely afraid to play sports when I was growing up. I was forced to play soccer at one point in gym and almost pooped myself because it was scary stuff. Being
What do you think made you
under
scared?
pressure. Just all the attention being on you when you have the ball, and you just know you're gonna mess it up, and
Okay, that can be kind of frightening.
yeah. So I was involved in some art. That's pretty much the dysfunctional go-to hobby.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I think so, but I liked painting, drawing. I won some awards in my time too for my art.
Okay, well that's a pretty big deal, huh?
Yeah, I'm proud of myself for that.
You should be.
My dad wasn't, but I'm
I'm sure he was. He might not have expressed it how you wanted him to,
Told
but
me
I'm
he
sure.
wasn't.
Okay, well I'm sorry about that. And how did that make you feel?
Like a mouse, like a tiny little frightened mouse.
Okay.
Not very good.
Okay, so that sounds like difficult.
Something we
It's a
need to
difficult,
talk about later.
Yeah, subject, and we can address that later.
We'll have to talk a lot about that.
Okay, so
Just him.
Right, so since this is just your assessment, we'll just get through the basics. Do you need to take a minute?
Just a minute, please.
Okay.
You said this would take a half an hour. It's been at least 2 hours now.
Okay, yes, we're almost finished. I know you have some touchy subjects that we need to work on. We need to address in later sessions, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's just move on. What schools did you attend?
For grade school, kindergarten, through 2nd, I went to Anderson Place. Then when we moved to New Richmond, I went to New Richmond Elementary for about 3 months, 4 months. Then moved back to our old neighborhood and went to Anderson Place, fairly close to us, Cincinnati Public Schools. Then we went to Eastern Hills, 7th and 8th grade, fun school. Even, did medieval times, celebrations, roasted a pig, those kinds of things. Really good school. Then from there, 9th through 12th, went to Withrow. I know people think it's really scary. Wasn't that bad though.
Okay, so you graduated from Withrow?
Yes.
Okay, have you, so is that the highest grade you completed? 12th grade?
2 years at UC.
Okay. What was your academic experience like? Your school experience?
I waited a while before I went to school, and I wish I hadn't done that. Once I got there, I'm in class with like 17-year-olds, and I'm 20 something, far more mature than a lot of those kids, and you know, my advisor wasn't the best. It's probably why I stopped going, because my advisor was horrible. But I wasn't involved in any activities there either. I did take some art classes, which made me not want to do art anymore, because there's some talented folks out there.
Really?
My photography class that I took, it was just horrible. Horrible.
How was it horrible?
Everyone had really expensive cameras, and I couldn't afford anything like that, so I had to use a regular digital Kodak camera, easy share, and it was.
But I bet you still took very good pictures.
Also, I'm a procrastinator, very bad procrastinator, and that doesn't work. That doesn't mix well with art.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have any, did you participate in any school activities? No, you already told me that, didn't you?
I was in an art class, I told you. Started to talk about that. Miss Hawkins was the teacher, and it was an after-school activity for art. Made a couple sculptures.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you ever been in the military?
No. 12.
Okay, I'm almost finished here. Let's see. Can you talk to me about your employment history? What places have you been employed? And your job responsibilities and things like that?
I worked at Express clothing store. I was in the downtown mall, so we didn't get much business. It's pretty dead most of the time, but I think that was one of the last stores standing in that mall. So, you know, we got some of the business class coming in. It was good times. Worked there for a couple years, maybe, and worked at a restaurant as a busser. Also tried out my pantry skills, but nearly cut my finger off. I had to have surgery and just snapped the rubber band in my finger pretty much almost all the way through. Had to have therapy, and I don't know if it was because it was workers' comp that the therapist made me come back for like a year. I don't know. I had to wear a silly cast
on your finger,
on my whole arm, and the dog chewed it up, and it was embarrassing. Embarrassing. Then I worked at Crossroads Center as a client monitor, about 5 years. Long-standing position. Till they tried to offer me something better with the lower pay. More responsibilities, but lower pay. You get a load of that. Then I started at the clinic. Now, I don't know what happened to that job. It just didn't work out with me and the doc.
Okay.
Then now I'm at Rimke Biggs.
Okay.
A little competition there. There's a couple of people that want to outshine me in the bagging skills, but other than that, I like it.
So you're satisfied?
Get to see a lot of people. I like people.
Yeah.
Got good people skills.
So you're satisfied with your current employment?
Yeah.
And how
I think I'm gonna work up to be a manager.
How long have you been there?
About two weeks now.
Okay, well that's good. How would you describe your social relationships? Are you satisfied with your current social relationships? Like your friends, your spouse or partner?
Well, I went through a time in my life where I was just done with people's stuff, you know? They're using and games and playing playing around with your heart and
Gets
got
old,
rid of,
doesn't it?
yeah, I got
Gets
rid
old really
got
fast.
rid of a lot of people in my life. So best friend for about 9 years, just grew a big gap between us and had to go our separate ways.
Well, sometimes that happens in life.
Yeah.
So do you have close relationships with your partner or
Yeah.
your family?
Yeah, he's lazy, but yeah. What man isn't?
Yeah. What are your activities or interests or hobbies now?
Well, I'm very interested in arts and crafts still. I like to bake. I like to make stuff. I like to paint.
Okay.
Improve my home. I like to. I'm not finished. I like to. I love Pinterest. Pinterest activities keep me busy. Idle mind, is not a good thing. Idle.
So do you feel like you have enough time for your hobbies and interests?
Not, I would like to just live at home and do hobbies. I'll make necklaces or earrings or something. Wish I didn't have to work, but it's America. You have to work.
Yeah.
I guess you don't have to, but
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I work.
Now this part is a self-description of yourself, obviously. What do you like about yourself? Or what do you see as your strengths?
I speak my mind when necessary. I'm very passionate about my art. I'm very passionate about my relationships. I'm loyal, caring, giving.
Okay, those are good qualities.
Yeah. Sometimes they bite you in the butt, though. Caring and giving. Sometimes people tend to take advantage of that.
Do you have any weaknesses that you can think of?
I have a temper.
Okay.
I have problems holding my liquor.
Okay, that's why
Yeah,
you're
why
here.
I'm here. Boil that down to the screwed up childhood and,
Okay.
But sometimes the caring and giving part doesn't help very much, it tends to be a weakness rather than a strength in many events.
What are your coping strategies? Do you have any coping strategies when you get frustrated or depressed or?
Well, I learned a little breathing technique back when I did my 30 days.
Okay, so does that help you, do you think?
It does short term.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that we can work on during our sessions. We can have coping strategies. What would you say your most difficult accomplishment is or has been so far in your life?
18. I'd say school. It's worse. College, trying to fit in with a lot of the younger kids and not having enough time to be involved in any activities puts a barrier between you and the students. It's very, really sad and disheartening when you're older than many of your professors. You should be in their shoes teaching somebody, but instead you're learning and paying out the wazoo for it.
Yeah, school is very, very expensive.
Yeah.
What would you say your most painful event in your life has been?
Painful as in pain to your body or painful to my mind?
Probably to your mind. And how did you manage it?
Probably when I was 15 and pregnant and had to talk to my parents about it. Well, they kind of found out accidentally.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's That's probably another session. We'll have to address that then.
More than one session.
Okay. What would you like to change about yourself or your life situation currently?
I would like to finish school and get my degree so I can start teaching people.
Okay, that's a good goal. Now we'll just touch on your family. How many family brothers or sisters do you have?
2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay, you said you're a middle child.
Right in the middle.
Okay, what would you say your relationship is like with your family members?
I'm pretty close to all of them. I think I'm the glue that holds the broken vase together.
Okay, well that's sometimes a very difficult job.
Yeah.
And you said that your parents weren't married.
No.
How would you describe your parents' relationship?
It was volatile a lot of times. I remember a time when my dad came in and ate pizza that my mother bought after they were separated and broke his tooth, and my mom realized he was eating our food and he was standing on top of the ladder and she shook it.
Oh my gosh.
She shook the ladder. She was tired of his mess. She's tired of it. I don't blame her.
And do you think that you have any environmental support, like your family members, whenever you go through a tough situation?
Yeah, they're there for me when I
Okay.
need.
Okay, so that concludes the assessment. I will be meeting you once a week for an hour every week. Do you have any questions for me?
I started going to some meetings, but quite frankly, for AA, quite frankly, it's just a big hoo-ha about people's, sad lives, and, people don't want to admit that they have a problem. It's pretty old, gets old.
Yeah.
People need to sing a new song. Do you have any suggestions for me as to other meeting places, maybe for younger adults, so I'm not in there with 65-year-olds?
Okay, I understand. Have you tried the Coreyville Rec Center? I know they have meetings for women on Thursdays. And I don't know about the age of the crowd. I'm assuming that it's probably a mixture.
Do you know if they have a daycare?
I don't think that they do, but I think that you can bring your children with you
Okay.
if they'll sit there and listen to it. The meetings are only about an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
And you talked to my probation officer?
Briefly. So I'll have to get you to sign this release of information, and then in our next session we can come up with a treatment plan. So we can come up with a couple of goals and we'll work towards those. Okay?
I didn't know I was coming back.
Well, yeah, we have a couple sessions. That's part of your probation. So you can discuss that with your probation officer if you need to. But I will,
You met her?
yeah, I know her. She's a tough cookie.
Yeah, Barb Smith, man. Oh! Oh!
Yeah, but she's
She's a
good.
spitfire.
So I'll talk to her, and then you talk to her as well, and then I have your phone number, and I will be in touch with you.
Okay.
Okay?
You got any, about 5 minutes. You got any, meeting verification forms?
Yes, I do. Here's some meeting verification forms, and you can get them signed by the group facilitator or the person doing the leads.
I hate those people.
Yeah, I know, but you're just gonna have to get through this.
I think
It's just-
I'll try Coreyville Rec and see what I can find there.
Okay,
There's
and
some
then
churches, even though I don't really have a religious preference, there's churches nearby me that do offer AA meetings and services, but I have a little bit of a phobia of priests and everything.
Yeah.
But
I understand. And then I'll look for, I'll do some research as well and try to find some more meetings for you, okay?
I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.